Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you'd like to learn how to make this delicious Mexican rice, then please keep watching. Alright, so we're going to start off with a cup of long grain rice, 1/4 of half of an onion. So this little triangle here, that's what we're going to use. That's all the onion we're going to use, guys. And then we're going to use about 3 Roma tomatoes, and we're going to cut them in fourths as well. And that just makes it easier to blend. So then we're gonna go with our vegetable oil. I use vegetable oil. You use whatever oil you have on hand. And then I use this Knorr seasoning, this tomato bouillon. I use the tomato, but there's also this chicken one. So you are welcome to use that one as well. And I use kosher salt. I prefer that. So now we're gonna throw the tomatoes and the onions in my blender. Do not put any water in it. We just blend it away until it turns into a puree. And here we go, nice and liquefied. Yummy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw our rice in this pan. We're going to leave it about a medium-high to high heat. Guys, remember when you guys start cooking up the rice, you can't step away from it because it can burn. It will burn actually. Alright, let's pour in our vegetable oil. This is about 4 to 5 tablespoons. Just kind of eyeball it. Make sure the rice does not dry up whenever it starts cooking. Because what it does, it will, absorb the oil and it does get kind of dry and nasty. Alright, so again, don't step away from it, guys. Just kind of mix it up and just kind of sit there and watch it. So for every cup of rice that we use, we are going to double the water. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. So what I do is I like to fill up my cups and then pour it in a container, a separate container. And here's my number 2. And then also to make the rice really nice and fluffy and moist and not so dry, I like to add an additional bit of water, which just is about that much water. It's about a shot glass size of water. I don't have a shot glass, but that's kind of eyeballing it. Alright guys, so now we're going to check on our rice, and it looks like it's starting to brown up really nicely. You see how it's starting to get brown? We need it to get a little darker than that. And that way when we pour in the puree, it'll absorb the, flavor and the color, because that's what gives it the, that reddish orange color. Alright, here you go. That's the color we want, guys. Now what we're going to do is get our puree, and we're going to pour it in here, but be careful because when you pour it in, the steam can burn you and it hurts. Alright, so here we go. Puree in. And you're going to stir this up a little bit, and then you're going to let it cook for a little bit. What the rice is going to do is it's going to absorb this tomatoes, this puree of tomatoes that we did. It's going to get kind of chunky. And that's good. That's what we want it to do. And then once that's done, it'll be about 5 minutes or so, give or take, depending on how hot your oven or your stove is actually. So mine just took about 5 minutes. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's already absorbed that delicious tomato puree. And you see, that's what we want it to look like. And now we're just going to add our water. Again, be careful because it will steam up. And then at this point, you're going to stir it up. Make sure you get all the clumps out and just stir it well. And at this point, you are going to add your seasonings. You're going to add your salt, your bouillons. If you want pepper, go ahead and add pepper to it. Whatever seasonings you're going to add to it. Those were just my, personal favorites as far as seasoning my rice goes. So I use about a tablespoon of this kosher salt and about a teaspoon of this tomato bouillon. Again, I like the tomato one because it gives it a little, extra color to it. You see how it turns redder? Alright, and then you mix it up. I like my rice with vegetables, peas and carrots. It's totally optional. You see how I added it in there? Once it gets to a boil like that, you're going to add that extra little bit of water. Cover it up and lower your heat to low. The lowest it'll go. Mine's obviously just low. And don't open it. Let it cook for about 20-25 minutes. Alright guys, it's been 20 minutes and this is what the rice looks like. Nice and fluffy. You want to check to see if there's any liquid at the bottom. And there's not, so that means my rice is ready to serve. And look how fluffy and delicious my rice looks, guys. It is so delicious. Alright, thank you for watching, you guys.